Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. This time I am reviewing Pocahontas, which Bright Star actually requested for me to do, and it had been a long time since I had watched it, but I've probably watched it at least 10 or 11 times. I have all the songs memorized, I have all the script memorized, I know what's going to happen next, but just seeing it again, even though it's horribly historically inaccurate, I enjoy it nonetheless because I think that it has a really fantastic message in it, and I really believe that we should respect each other as well as our earth. And I know you're probably going to say, oh, you're a tree hugger, you probably support PETA. No, I don't support PETA, for one thing. I eat meat, for two. For three, I think that it's a good thing if forests are cut down and given room for development. Just so long as they don't go too far over into a habitat of some type and make it difficult for certain species. But it's a good thing because it's survival of the fittest, and of course a lot of people are probably going to get angry with me for that, but this is nature's way, and I still think that we can live in harmony with technology and our Mother Earth. There are ways around that, and we're figuring that out with clean coal and everything. But back to my original point, and I'm sorry I got sidetracked, but this is one of Disney's lesser known films, and probably because it was so historically inaccurate, and there was a song in it. It just shows the hatred of humans against other humans, and just how ridiculous war is, and but there's a lot of truth in that. Just the fact that they don't spare any details that when the whites came, they really didn't care. They just cut up the land and raped the Indians. And well, they don't really do that in the movie, but they kind of lead you to believe that when they did. And that doesn't really reflect well on my heritage, but thankfully I really don't have any connections with that, so I'm glad that's not on my plate. But we really weren't very kind to our native dwellers, and I think we're just realizing that from the wisdom of this film itself that we should listen to our elders and those who have had the land far before we ever did, and it's just about how a love can exist that transcends color, and love transcends everything and everything. And I think this is absolutely true, and I believe that everybody should at least have some form of love in their life, whatever it may be. And other than that, I think this is a 4-star movie and 2 thumbs way up. Of course, it may not be considered one of Disney's best, but I still consider it a masterpiece, and I love all the songs, especially Just Around the River Bend, and Listen With Your Heart, and Colors of the Wind, and of course I like the Mine, 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 which is actually a duet between Governor Radcliffe and John Smith. It's a villain song and a hero song, which is different from other previous Disney films. And a lot of people don't know this, but in the original there was a song called If I Never Knew You, and it's on the soundtrack, and it's another one of my favorites, which I wish they could have kept this song because it's just so heartfelt. And the scene itself where before John's going to be executed by the chief, Powhatan, he there was supposed to be a song sung by John and Pocahontas as a duet, and it's just a very moving scene when she takes his face into her hand and just trails her hand off of it, just strokes his cheek, and I always thought that was just so beautiful, and it's very touching. And every single time when I see that, I just burst into tears. Um, it's a great film. It really is. I mean, the animation is beautiful. The computer generation for the time was just outstanding, and Grandmother Willow would probably have to be one of my favorite characters, just because I think she's so incredibly wise. And there are times I wish that plants could speak like that. I mean, what wisdom we could learn from our Earth, it would be just unbelievable. Especially older animals like the Galapagos turtle. What could we learn from the Galapagos turtle, I wonder? Those are the thoughts that go through my brain. Sorry. Nerd. But anywho, I I absolutely adore Pocahontas, and I always will, and that will never change. And it continues to be one of my favorite films to this day. And I plan on watching Beauty and the Beast, and I got a copy of The Borrower Arietti, and I found this on eBay, and it's not out to the States yet, but they have an option where you can watch it with subtitles, and I was so excited. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it, because it's Miyazaki's latest piece, and if you've watched my reviews before, you know how much of a fan I am of Miyazaki and his son, and it's just it really excites me, and it gives me inspiration for writing in the future. So I before I leave, I just wanted to say that I feel that Pocahontas is a really tremendous film, despite its glaring flaws. Um, Pocahontas is a good example for young girls, because she's very independent, and she's free spirited, and she sticks to her guns, and she has a wisdom that's beyond her years. That is, she instead of having war and violence, she has acceptance. And I just believe that she has um, a spirituality about her, and she's just, the movie itself is very spiritual and very very sacred to me. I don't know what it is, but this the music. I love Native American music, and it's just, it strikes you right here, and I can't really describe it, but I don't know what it is. I guess because they truly know how to connect with their roots, and we can learn a lot from that. Suffice it to say, I know I've said that before, and I probably sound like a broken record, but I believe that it's absolutely true. And I just believe that we can learn so much from other people from other lands and other countries, and just not to be so close-minded, and realize that this is the 21st century, and we are learning as we go along, and hopefully we will exceed our technology, as I said in my powder review. But that is my hope, and the future is our oyster, and that oyster is ours for the nurturing, and we shall see what it amounts to. And I'm interested in seeing what awaits us. So here's hoping that everything will be good, and my intentions will will help contribute to the positive the positive happenings, the occurrences of what we will see in the future.